Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Time Traveler campaign. Let me go and get rid of Italy because that is the nation we just played. And just like that, Italy's gone. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. See what we are going to be playing as next. Oh, Britain. Now I know for a fact that Britain's going to start a war with Germany, which will be very interesting indeed. Alright, and we are now here as the British. We are very advanced technology, which means we are way too far ahead in our finances. But I think first thing first is probably bring all of our ships back to port, because we really don't need to be out here. And in the meanwhile, let's go check out our own ships. Alright, first up we have the battleship Thunderer. Almost not a bad ship. 18 knots, range is minimum, but British Empire, you need maximum range. Beam and draft are all reduced. Spacious quarters is kind of weird. Armor's pretty good, actually. The only problem is the 11-inch guns. While they do fire in 64 seconds, the problem is they are single-barrel guns, which I'm not a huge fan of. Next, we have the Devonshire. I mean, 7.2-inch guns isn't great, but it's not bad. Mini bulkheads, range is a little better. Speed's actually not bad. Armor's not bad in the main, but the aft and fore belt having 0 basically is not very fun. Huge aft weight offset. I think the other ship might have had a bit of an offset as well. A little bit of a forward, not terrible. Finally, the light cruiser. Oh my lord, they don't even have a gun in the back. And they haven't even built any torpedo boats. So, let's get to building. Here we have the Temeraire or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Anyways, pretty good battleship. 12-inch guns, and then a bunch of 9s as kind of secondaries. They're all Mark IIs, which is very good. I think every gun I put on my ships is now Mark II, which is very, very good. Maximum bulkheads, maximum range. I did maximum range for all of my ships because I could. And then pretty good armor as well. Everything else is pretty basic, negative 10% and all of that. And next up is the heavy cruiser, the I don't even know why I try to say these names. Couple 9-inch guns, a bunch of 4s, so heavier secondaries than the battleship. So that'll be helpful as well to deal with some cruisers. Armor is basically half the battleship, so we got 6 inches main belt, and a cheap version of the battleship. And we have the Indefatigable, a light cruiser. 20.5 knots, which is actually slower than the heavy cruiser, funnily enough. These are all very fast ships. 7-inch guns, and with a bunch of 3s for secondary, so very good against torpedo boats and some destroyers as well. A 3-inch main belt, so basically just having it every time. And instead of building torpedo boats, I thought I would actually build some destroyers that would be not expendable, that I would charge into the enemy to get sunk immediately and lose, a dozen crew members every time. Only 30 knots, pretty slow. Range and bulkheads was standard, although I couldn't handle it otherwise. Armor's pretty minimal. Actually, no, it's about as high as it can go. I think 0.6 is the highest main belt we could get. These are actually meant to survive. If they don't, that's fine. I didn't give them like bulkheads, but if they hit by a torpedo, they should survive at least 1 or 2. So those are my ships. Let's go and set up everything else. Now we do have a chance to redeem ourselves with the Vengeance versus the Beowulf. Beowulf is the same class of battleship we've been seeing, and the Vengeance is, let's see, 16.3 knots. It's actually slower than this ship. How do we want to approach this? I would like to get all my guns going off on them. If I remember correctly, yes. I have to go broadside to get all their 9s on targets. With this close, we definitely want AP on the main guns. Please stop target locking. Not able to hit me. Keep going. Where's the torpedoes? Oh, we have 2 per side. Oh, that's really good. What are we, 1.2 kilometers away? We got 3 hits in total. They've all been partial pens. Closing in. We've locked a couple of shells. That's good. Fire torpedo. Turn away. Okay, well, one is might. No, they're both gonna miss. Nope, 1 hit. Yeah, how fast are they going now? 4.3. Alright, let's drop to 8.4. Was the cruising speed. Now they're gonna, no, never mind. Back to full speed. I want to be able to stay at this range. Ooh, good gun hits. Can they pen me? They can definitely pen me. They can't hit me, so that's cool. Our gun's ready to fire, and it's dead. Alright, so our battleships are actually decent. Interestingly enough, we now have a battle against 4 of their battleships. However, most of them are from Norway. Same battleships, so hopefully they're pretty bad. Oh no, this is different. These are the Ostfriland class battleships, which they're both named the same thing. These have 12-inch guns. They only have 1 though. Alright, let's see if I can make something work. Oh, this isn't great. Where's their formation? That's good. We can cross their T very early. I have the light cruisers go in for an immediate torpedo attack. I don't really have any other need for them at the moment. They're firing at the light cruiser, that's perfect. Let's smoke them up and have them engage. These guys are going to go in for a nice little torpedo run. We found that those are very effective. Even smoked up in this weather, they're still able to somewhat get hits. We're not going to be hitting the wedding. Torpedo, maybe? You need to retreat. Aggressively fire if you can. And where's my other light cruisers? Over here. Battleships are still steaming along. Yeah, we're definitely going to get a nice torpedo off with the Defiance. Go ahead and fire that torpedo, please. Thank you. Let's turn around. Maybe we can even get a second torpedo if we're fast enough. Oh, these guys need to smoke up immediately. Aggressively fire this guy. Battleships, where are you? Oh, perfect positioning. Perfect positioning. Blonde, fire that torpedo. Come on, Blonde. Thank you. Alright, turn the other way. Torpedo? Good torpedo hit. Okay, Blonde is about to go down. You are not doing too good. I'm just gonna have you retreat, actually. Let's close in a little bit with our own battleship, since they do have torpedoes, and the enemy does not, at least on these first couple. It looks like none of them have torpedoes. Oh, how lovely. I always put torpedoes on my battleships. The other 2 ships are going to close in to our battleships. See if we can't get a little run at least the back one. I think this one's too close at this point. Fire some normal torpedoes. You're going to target this ship. And you, no, just you, target this ship. Okay, you. How you doing? Smoke up, please. Save your torpedoes for now, unless you're about to die. Which it does seem you are, like, about to die. Go ahead and aggressively fire your torpedoes whenever you're ready. Come on, fire your torpedoes. Perfect. Oh, wait, were they destroyed? I can't tell. A lot of damage on these battleships, though. They are practically dead in the water. We haven't fired... Oh, we have fired a torpedo. Have you gotten a torpedo hit, Vengeance? You do have 2 torpedo hits. How interesting. We are getting surrounded by battleships, though. This is not what I intended. Ostfriland is doing surprisingly well, though it is about to get hit by another torpedo. Please don't dud. It did not dud. That was a nice explosion. Oh, I can't believe it's got a Norwegian flag. That's ridiculous. We are flooding on the Queen Elizabeth, which is not great. Ooh, a flash fire on the Queen Elizabeth. That's also equally not great. These ships are basically gone. Queen Elizabeth is alive, but needs to stay that way. Vengeance is going to go in for a killing blow against the Wetton. It's looking good for the Vengeance. Vengeance has gotten 4.4k damage and I think a lot more damage from the ammo detonation for the Queen Elizabeth. So the Vengeance is the one that got 2 torpedo hits. Ooh, that's a floating hit though. That's not great. Oh, another flash fire. I think it might be time to pull retreats. I think we've damaged the enemy ships enough where we can deal with this. But we don't have any ammo left on our main guns. We're gonna have these ships fall back. I think tactical retreats in order. We've definitely done what we've come to do. We don't have any main gun ammo on either of our ships, so probably just go home. Alright, not a bad battle. We lost 4 light cruisers and we got a little bit of damage on our own battleships. However, we did come on top with the 10,000 points compared to their 5,000s by sinking a battleship, damaging another, and all of them had some decent damage that they'll be repairing for a while. And the Germans immediately want peace. I'm almost tempted to say yes because of how chaotic this is, but I'm going to say fight to the end for now. So if they continue to try and surrender, we might have to actually accept it. Alright, now time to see our heavy cruisers, or armored cruisers, finally in action. Alright, they're starting to square up with us. I think they want a fair fight, but I'm not really looking for a fair fight, so I'm going to try and outmaneuver them. Get in front, fire a torpedo, loop around, fire my other torpedoes at the other. My 2 heavy cruisers will try and take on the Deutschlands. I believe it's a Norwegian ship. Yep, that's a Norwegian ship, and this is an actual German ship. We need to slow down. We're actually at a really interesting angle. Heavy cruisers are shooting at the wrong ones, actually. Slow down to 9.7 or whatever the heck my cruising speed was, which was, I think, 9.7. Yes. They're going to overtake us a little bit. Oh, never mind. Unless we just get really good flooding on them. I might actually take them out of the fight straight up. Jeez, that was a really good flooding hit. I flooded the whole battle of the ship. And the weapon's gone. And the other ship's going to ram into it. I fire torpedoes as soon as we get into range. What is our armor? Armor's a little better, I think. Okay, we need to speed up. We really need to close in. Flooding hits still on the stern, though. Oh, the battle's over. Sank to extensive fire. That's cool. According to this, they don't even have any battleships anymore. They've got 7 heavies, a couple lights, and some torpedo boats, but they're pretty much out of ships. We've sank all their capital ships. Alright, finally we have a huge fleet battle. They don't have any battleships because we have sunk all of their battleships, but they do have quite a few heavy cruisers, which all have 10-inch guns. Alright, we found our first ships. Battleships, turn away. I'm going to get obliterated by the amount of torpedoes they're going to fire in a second. We're just going to let them do their own thing. I'm not really going to micro them, I don't think. They're just going to charge and do as much damage, but I really don't like torpedo boats, so if they die, good. If they don't, that's slightly less good, because I don't want them. We sank a heavy cruiser with a torpedo, a light cruiser. It's looking pretty good so far. This is a very interesting battle. There's a lot of ships that are sinking. I can't tell which one's friendly. It's not looking too good for a lot of my torpedo boats, but there are a lot more of theirs sinking, I think, than mine. In the meanwhile, I think it's time for my actual ships to do something about this. Light cruisers, I just realized, are engaging now. You do have torpedoes, so let's go for the run on the heavy cruisers, because those are probably the most important targets here. Aurora, as soon as you get that torpedo target locked, get going. They don't have torpedoes. I don't know why none of the Germans have torpedoes. You have torpedoes, so you're going to fire and kill them immediately. Yep, they're gone. Alright, Vindictive, get in there. Ooh, a flash fire. Love to see that. Now we're going to re-engage now that all of our ships are basically dead. Vindictive is somehow still alive. I'm not entirely sure how this is happening. Alright, we seem to be getting rushed by torpedo boats, and my heavy cruisers are definitely not going to be helpful in this situation. Good hits on torpedo boats. I don't think they even have to. Oh, they do have torpedoes. Alright, well then do me a favor and obliterate them. These heavy cruisers, you guys, those light cruisers over there, they look like mighty good targets. Go get them. You guys are supposed to be screening for the battleships, but you are not doing a great job of it. Fire, aggressive fire, please. Obliterate them before they torpedo you. You idiots can't hit anything. Are they gonna? They did torpedo. Alright. Well, we fired torpedoes at them. Are you kidding me? Viking Corps, I don't even. You're gonna get torpedoed, aren't you? Yep. Alright, well, that's what you guys get, honestly. And these guys are. Oh my lord, that's a lot of screens. Alright, absolutely annihilate them. Your cruisers, get in there. That has a torpedo. You also have a torpedo. Okay, secondaries in this, since this seems to be an issue. Secondaries in this. You guys gonna avoid that? There's no way you're gonna avoid that. You're not avoiding that. Just don't even try then. Yeah, that's a big implosion. They don't have torpedoes. We do have this light cruiser approaching us, but that's fine. So just the Good Hope. Target this guy. See what you can do. We're out of HE ammo? Yes, so just fire AP. That was a pen. A nice, ooh! See? It was worth it to switch targets. You got a nice little flash fire. Alright, well they blew up. There goes all their guns. Hey, that's a lot of guns popping off. How many guns did you have? Okay, heavy cruisers turn around, get back to engaging the enemy. Lancaster, you shoot something that you can actually hit, possibly. Okay, Good Hope and Theseus are looking not great, but not terrible. There goes the Good Hope. Unfortunate. You're gonna fire a torpedo at this thing, are you? Yeah, Stag. You're definitely gonna fire. You fired a torpedo at a torpedo boat. You're gonna miss that. Well, you're useless now. You reload at least. And we're going to get obliterated. Ooh, dud. No, that's not a dud. Okay. Alright, well. It's just aggressive fire. Aggressive fire. They fired another torpedo at the Theseus. Jeez. Fired at the Theseus. He didn't do anything. Oh yeah, that's right on the bow. Didn't do anything to avoid that. Oh. Uh-oh. I didn't even realize that's happening. What if I do a full turn right now? I doubt it'll save. No, it's not going to save. Oh, dud. Let's keep turning away though, because this is getting a little ridiculous. Void and torpedo avoidance, please. Hampshire did not get the idea. And then battleships should just be able to absolutely obliterate the last ships. Isn't too bad. Wait, did you fire a torpedo? Oh. We could probably end the battle here. There's not really that much riffraff. We might as well get rid of all. Might as well wipe their whole fleets. 50,000 victory points. We lost 3 heavies, 2 lights, and 14 torpedo boats. So actually they kept a couple of them alive. They lost 8 heavies, 15 lights, 22 torpedo boats. So their entire rest of the fleet basically. This just in, the Germans have 1 single torpedo boat left. They're repairing no other ships, so this is literally the only ship they have left, which means only the Norwegians can come and save them now. Which, honestly, the fact that Norway has a bigger navy than Germany is kind of sad. Alright, the Germans have asked for peace, and honestly, I am a-okay with it, because I'm at this point just killing all their transports, because they really don't have anything left. And by the 3rd month of the next year, 1899, we have signed peace with the Germans. We're going to go ahead and try and take as many things as we can. Mostly just colonial islands. I don't really care about Heligoland. I might try and take it if I still have some money. Alright, and they have given us the Congo Free State and Uganda, as well as a couple torpedo boats, because I realized that the more ships I take from them, the less ships they get to have in the buildup. Plus, we have a lot of money. We don't need the money. And besides that, we will go into research and we'll start trying to get to the actual dreadnought as quick as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have discovered the dreadnought hull design, and I think because of that we are going to go and build a couple dreadnoughts now. Alright, I have made the dreadnought. It's not really historical, but I like it. It's got a couple 12s and a few wing 10s to support. Didn't put any secondaries except for a couple casemate 3s. But besides that, it's not bad. 100% engine efficiency, decent forward offset. Exactly 26,000 and 26,000. I did have to do cramp quarters, which is, it's okay. Just trying not to get too much, you know, it's a pretty good strategy. Range was not managed to get maxed out, and neither was bulkheads, that's okay. Speed was a bit annoying, because even if you increase the speed by 1 knot, it jumps a lot. So we're going to go ahead and just not touch speed, leave it at the actual optimal speed that the ship has it set to. Unbalanced rudder hydraulic, just give it all the turning. Turning circle is 335, which is not really that bad. And besides that, everything else is pretty much maxed out. Even the torpedoes. We do have light shells, that's just to get a little bit better reload time and farther range. So under a minute for the 12s, which is not bad. And armor isn't great, but it's not terrible. But I definitely would like better armor, so I'm going to have to hope that the fact that it has better guns makes up for the fact that it has pretty much the same amount of armor as I think even this has. Yeah, the dreadnought. We're going to build a couple of these, and that should be the last thing that we do as the British. Alright, it is December 1901. We have absolutely crippled Germany. As far as I can tell, they've built a pretty decent fleet in the past year, but it's probably full of, you know, new cadets. All their veterans were sunk. And they're about to go to war with the Soviets, the French, and the Spanish, maybe even the Chinese, so good luck to them. I've just been trying to increase tension with some people, because as the, you know, the biggest threat in the world, I'm for some reason not really trying to go to war with anybody, so I tried provoking the Soviets, the Austro-Hungarians, the Chinese, the Spanish, and now even the Japanese. We have 20 battleships, 24 heavies, 35 lights, 36 destroyers, and 40 torpedo boats. And that is probably the biggest navy in the entire world. Yeah, absolutely. So Britain is actually a threat now, which is good to know. Plus we have dreadnoughts, which we have been building, so they will continue to be a threat up until 1914, 15, 16. and we are building 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So those will be done soon. The first one's coming online in 12 months. So Britain has been left in a great situation. They have the most dominant naval power in the world, which is, very historical. And they just got done absolutely slapping Germany. So that was a little bit of an early World War One. Almost a whole, what is that, decade, 2 decades early. I guess let's just hope I don't roll Germany, because if I do, then I obviously have to take out the British and take back my honor, but more likely I'm going to roll something like the Soviets or the Spanish or the US or somebody I don't really want to play at the moment, but we'll see. Very advanced. We've been very advanced. I don't think I've touched this tech budget the whole time, so we are super, super advanced. And yeah, let's continue and see what this brings.